About that, we got to both prepare our teams to go out and get our players in a position to win the games. Coach Stoops has a lot of experience, been in a lot of big games as a defensive coordinator. Obviously has a couple brothers that can help him out. So it's really going to be about who gets their team ready to play and how you handle adversity. There's going to be a lot of changes in momentum as that game goes on. And what we need to do, what I'm focused on, is that we can play better in the second quarter than we did in the first, play better in the third quarter than we did the first half, and then be tough enough to finish the game with a win.
Do you have the personnel, Bobby, to do what you'd like to do when it comes to calling offense?
Well, I'm not sure yet. We're going to need some help from the young wide receivers. Obviously, we'll have to have a few freshmen that can come in and help us out. We've had some really good running backs, a good offensive front, some tight ends that are very experienced and have made plays. So, one of the things that we've always done is been able to run the football and make people defend our formations in the passing game. So if we can throw it well enough, I don't think there'll be any problem running the ball. So we got to be able to throw the ball well enough, particularly on first and second down.
Can you feel how excited Hilltopper fans are to have you here and for the football program and what's going to happen moving forward?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of excitement. We had the best crowd that we've ever had there in the spring game, and a lot of guys coming to practice, and certainly there's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, which keeps me up at night, and don't get a lot of sleep, a lot of nerves there, but it's exciting. That's what drives you. That's what motivates you. Our players are back. They got a 3-week break, and now they're back working out in the weight room and going to summer school. So they seem to be very motivated and came back in very good shape.
Bobby, when I talk to Western Kentucky grads, what they tell me is they don't ask about how many games you're going to win. They want to know how long you're going to be there. When you hear those kind of questions, how do you answer their concerns?
Well, that was a question that came up the first day I took the job, and every house I went into recruiting, and I think I just try to make sure everyone understands that this was a family decision. I took the job at Western Kentucky because it was the best thing for my family. Daughter up here in Louisville that goes to school at the University of Louisville, daughter and grandchildren in Bowling Green, and a place that we wanted to come and be as a family. So what we need to do is really focus on, what our vision is. And our vision is to make a bowl game every single year and win the bowl game. It was exciting last year. They made their first bowl game, but sometimes you get excited about that, and I've been there and been through it and forget to prepare and win the game. So we have to win our bowl games. We need to win a conference championship, and I think that's important to us this year. And as soon as we make the move into Conference USA, and then we're looking forward to the rules changing, and the highest ranked team in the 5 other conferences gets a automatic BCS bowl game. So I would like to see that happen and make it happen.
And you want to be at Western when it does happen?
Yeah, that's the vision. That's what we want to get done.
Now, in your introductory press conference, you also said you're a different person now than you were this time last year. How have you changed specifically?
Well, in a lot of ways, and there's no question that I've learned to really focus and keep my eye on my family and my priorities, but I think also working with the young men. I missed not being able to be there and help them excel and help them gain confidence, and so now I think I'm doing a great job of working hard with the players and understanding where they're coming from and taking it more personal on an individual basis to help them through their obstacles and reach the goals that they have set.
How do you take what you've gone through and help these young men as they mature through life, Bobby?
Well, that's just what I said. That's what we're working on doing. So I think it's one day at a time and work hard at it.
What has the year away done for you? I guess maybe for your health, for your approach to football now.
Well, it certainly energized me, and I missed it so much. I missed working with the coaches, working in the meeting room, strategizing, working on the motivation part of it, how you prepare a team. I miss getting out on the field and telling a young guy that, hey, when it's 3rd and 4, we're going to call this play. This is how it's going to play out, and then it does. And you see the smile on their face or the look in their eye when they excelled and did something that you told them would happen. So I think that's probably the number one thing I missed.
How much has changed that you can see in the time away?
Changed in the game?
Well, in the game in terms of maybe how coaches approach it now, electronic age, that kind of thing. I mean, how much more advanced has it been in that one
you know,
that year?
I don't think it changed a whole lot. I was just away 1 year, and I was able to watch video and study. I studied some NFL video. I studied a lot of college games I was able to get my hands on each week. And, you know, when you look at probably the number one thing is the ability of a quarterback to run the ball and throw it. And to see what, you know, the 49ers did, moving with that offense and being able to run the ball, you know, that's probably the thing that changes offenses and changes the defenses.
We're going to see a Kaepernick-like offense in that Hilltopper offense?
No, we don't quite have Kaepernick. And, you know, I hired their offensive coordinator thinking that, you know, that's how I would kind of progress and move on. And I found out that he's a real special player. To be able to run that scheme and do what he does, you know, getting offline, and he's fast enough and quick enough to get to the edge doing that. Not everybody is.
You said
Bobby,
against
now
UK
that,
in the fourth quarter that it would be a really tight game, or it would be who was going to be tougher. Are you assuming it's going to be a really close game?
I would expect it'll be a close game. I'm hoping it is. You know, that's what I always like to do, is to be able to get in the fourth quarter in a position to win the game. But I do think that it's important that you get better as the game goes on, and that when we get in the fourth quarter, you know, it's going to be August 31st down in Nashville. We know it's going to be hot, humid. So now you got to be able to rely on your toughness to do what you're coached to do, and your toughness to play hard every play, and really have your conditioning kick in. So I think that's what we'll find out a lot when we get into the fourth quarter.
Last question.
Now that
please.
Louisville's going to the ACC, should you have been patient, Bobby, and kind of waited and see what grew here before you chase something else?
I'm happy about Louisville. They've done a great job. Coach Strong came in and, you know, did an awesome job last year. You know, Tom Jurich is as good as there is, an athletic director in the country, to see what they did: basketball, football, baseball, softball. I'm probably missing a couple, so I don't mean to miss any, but you know, they had a great year, and I'm happy for everybody.
But you could have accomplished those things at Louisville now, couldn't you? Things you're talking about wanting to accomplish as a coach?
Yeah, you know, you always look back on what if, or should I have stayed, should I have made a mistake, and you know, at the time I thought I was doing something that I dreamed of and always wanted to do, and certainly when I did leave, I've always been a Louisville fan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.